Roda. What did you do, Roda? Why couldn't you just say what you were saying and making the story up without having to have the GoFundMe account created? So, we're not going to go allegedly, but according to NBC News, it reads, in the NBC Black section, alleged brick attack victim charged with theft after raising more than $40,000. Roda Osman posted on social media in September alleging that she was assaulted by a man who hit her with a brick after she turned down his advances. A woman who became known online for saying that a man assaulted her with a brick outside of a Houston club was charged Wednesday with felony theft for the creation of a crowdfunding campaign in which people online donated more than $40,000. Roda Osman, 33, is facing charges of felony theft by deception but has not been arrested, as her whereabouts are currently unknown to authorities. In September, she posted on social media following an alleged altercation in front of a club, saying that she was assaulted by a man who hit her with a brick after she turned down his advances. The post, which did not include footage of the alleged assault, went viral, launching debates online about whether her story was to be believed. According to a charging document that the Harris County District Attorney's Office shared with NBC News, police responded to the incident in September. Osman says she was hit in the face with a brick by an unknown man because she would not share her phone number with him. Osman also said that she got into a car that she thought was an Uber and that the driver tried to kidnap her, the report stated. According to the document, she said the driver tried to hit her. Weeks later, the detective who wrote an affidavit for the district attorney's office reviewed local surveillance footage of the moments leading up to the incident. In the interview, Osman was spotted with a friend and the man she later identified as the person who hit her. They got into a car together and then exited the car. The detective said the footage showed Osman slapping a man and then he hit her back with a water bottle in his hand. We think that's what left the mark on her face, Keith Houston from the Harris County District Attorney's Office told KPRC, an NBC affiliate in Houston, but it was mutual combat. According to the charging document, a friend who was with Osman the night of the incident told police that she did not believe Osman was hit with the brick. However, the initial social media post about the incident led to a fundraiser on GoFundMe, bringing in more than 1,000 donations totaling at least $42,000. The crowdfunding page has since been deactivated. GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform and cooperates with law enforcement investigations of those accused of wrongdoing, a spokesperson for GoFundMe said in a statement to NBC News. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. All donors have been refunded, and Roda Osman has been banned from using the platform for any future fundraisers. According to the charging document, Osman previously created another GoFundMe page in 2020, claiming that she was assaulted by a private security guard in Minneapolis and suffered a black eye, facial contusions, and injuries to her leg. A fundraiser for that incident requested an estimated $5,000 to pay for Osman's medical bills, legal fees, and other costs. It's unclear whether she received money in response, and that GoFundMe campaign has also been taken down. A friend who previously stayed with Osman while living in Minneapolis said Osman's claims were a lie and they wanted no part of it, according to the charging documents. I actually have things going on in my life, Osman said in an Instagram post on Wednesday, according to KPRC. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get a GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I am actually talented. NBC News reached out to Osman via text for comment, but did not hear back. A spokesperson for the Houston Police Department referred NBC News to the Harris County District Attorney for any future information on the matter. but requested that anybody that has any information on her whereabouts can contact either the Houston Police Department or the Harris County District Attorney's Office. In other words, they gonna get Roda. Roda, you gonna get it. Roda. See, here's the problem in all of this. You have to understand when someone is playing you. People got played. And I'm talking about the people that believed her. When I found out about this story, this was back in September. It was a Monday. And it popped up on my timeline. And it was something about how she was responding. And the look of the supposed injury that told me, nah, this ain't accurate. And here's why. If someone throws a brick at you, okay, and it hits your face, you're going to have scratches on your skin. You're going to have an abrasion. You're going to have a dent. You're going to have a scab. You're going to have blood on the surface. And you're going to be bleeding because a brick is a harsh object. That's pretty much, you can say, a stone. It's like in the stone family. Anytime you get hit with something as hard and rough, such as a brick, you are bound to have scratches. You are bound to have bruising, like black and blue bruising. Okay? You never saw that. Her skin was smooth. The only thing is that she had the protruding bump that looked to me like it was kind of like, I don't want to say it, but like there was like, maybe it was you know, them things like a lipoma. It looked like a lipoma was in her face. It didn't look like she was hit with a brick. But see, people's emotions fell for that because of how we view black men and how black men are viewed in the spaces and how we look at them as the villain of the story for any and everything. And that was not fair. This woman could have got a whole bunch of black men killed just off the strength of that lie alone. What if there was some Somali pirates that happened to see that in Minnesota and said, we must go and attack. We must go to Houston. And we must go and attack right now. And come there with like swords, okay? And rifles. And go to every black enclave in Houston and Harris County. And I got roots in that place. So I feel some kind of way about this. That's why I sat back. I said, I'm not going to say nothing. Because I know this is janky. I know this is a fraud. I know it's going to come out that she was lying. Mind you, this girl for years was living out in Brooklyn. She had beef with people in Brooklyn. When she was studying for her master's, I think it was in African American studies, black studies, Africana studies in Columbia, which is literally right above where I live. She was beefing with people out in Brooklyn. She was beefing with black women out in Brooklyn, going to clubs, trying to start beef with them, talking recklessly about Americans. Her baby father is Caribbean. She was on public assistance out here. And apparently, for my research, they chased Roda out of Brooklyn, which is why she ended up in Houston, Texas. They chased her out of Brooklyn. Something happened, and they chased the girl down to Harris County. If she was going to do her stunt, she would have been better to do it up here. Don't mess with those Americans down there. Because see, what she was doing, she was really going after foundational black Americans. That's what she was doing. A lot of Somali people don't like a lot of Black Americans. Okay? Whatever the reason is, I can't tell you. I know a lot of things, but I can't tell you what it is. But what I can tell you is that about 4 years ago, on my job, there was a woman who had a credit card that wasn't belonging to her. It belonged to her son. And I said, I can't accept that. He has to be here because it's not you. She told me, but it's my son. I said, I know it's your son, but it's not in your name. He has to be here. Once he's here, I can accept the credit card. I can scan the credit card. I can scan it, but I need something with your name and your face on it to process your transaction. I was calm, cool, and collect. The son came over because she called the son. They were talking in their native language. They were Somali because I could tell how they looked. And he said to me, who do you think you are telling my mother that she couldn't use my card? I said, I'm an employee. Do you know that when I scanned the card, because he was there, and when I processed his transaction and I gave him his receipt, he snatched it from me and said something about me in his native tongue. And you know what I did? I just stood there and I said, hey, it's my job. I'm just doing my job. And then he said, I don't give a fuck. You can do your job all you want. I don't give a fuck. And he said something. It was like a slur in their language. And I'll never forget, a supervisor walked up to me, and it was a male supervisor. And he had said, are you okay? And I said, oh, I'm fine. I just told them the rules and policy, and I basically said what I said. He got upset. I gave him the receipt. He said a slur. I don't know what it meant. I didn't even know how to spell it because he said it so fast. But the moral of why I'm saying this is because there is something that is anti with certain people from certain countries that they have towards Black Americans. And I believe that's what Roda was doing. Roda, for whatever reason, was an agent of chaos. If you look at her interactions, whenever she's going at it with someone, it's always a Black American. It's not a Black African, continental African person. It's not a Black Caribbean person. It's not even a Black person from, you could say, Canada. It's a Black American, or what she assumes is a Black American. And that's dangerous because I'm going to go even deeper and say that I believe Roda might be paid. She might be control opposition and none of us know it. But where she made the mistake of her stunts was getting money from it. See, the GoFundMe was the big mistake. And shout out to Daphne, because Daphne basically was the one that was determined to bring the story and expose her. And she threatened Daphne and said she was going to sue and get all her money. Well, Mr. Osman, you're on the run. Allegedly, she's in Jamaica on vacation, but the tea is that she's on the run. My thing with this in closing is you gotta know when someone's controlled opposition. Whenever you see chaos around one person, and it's different types of chaos, you gotta know, not only stay away from them, but you're gonna have to put your peoples on, you're gonna have to let them know. You're gonna have to say, alert, red alert, we got an op, because she's an op. We got an op in the room. We got an op. A description of the op: tall, slinky, brown skin, wearing 18-inch Malaysian. You just gotta call it out for what it is, because when you call out an op, the op leaves. The op goes. Had people realized she was an op, this would have never got far. Her scheming and everything, it would have been stopped. And whoever is her handler, because there's a handler somewhere, and I believe it's somebody that was sponsoring her to come to this country. the handler would have dropped her. Because what I want to know is, how are you able to be a poor person? You traveling, you got the bag, you staying at all these 5-star hotels, but you're a full-time student and you work full-time. What job do you do full-time that allows you to reap those benefits and rewards? Because I know students who are full-time. When you're working on a PhD full-time, you don't have time to work full-time. Now, if she was working full-time and going to school part-time, then that would be different. But trust me, you can't do both. And then you're a mom and you traveling all over. Nah, I call it oppie. That's some oppie behavior. That's some oppie behavior. But this story is going to get better and better as time go on. And with that being said, your girl is back. Your girl is back. I took a 2-month hiatus, 2 months and 1 day hiatus, but I'm back now. So stay tuned because there's a lot to come.